Set for action. Oklahoma wearing the anthracite gray Unity uniforms tonight. Closing out non-conference home action. Warhawks will get the first touch. This is Leanne Comeray wearing number 12 for the Warhawks. She transferred from Oklahoma, where she played one season last year. Comeray circling to it, trying to fend off Sophia Green for Oklahoma. Green has really had a scoring outburst. Centering pass is intercepted by Emily Kobler, who's an Alabama transfer. Here's Pack. As we said, getting her first start of the year. She was a starter on a regular basis a season ago. That one cleared to the foot of Marta Grootkamp. As Coach Will Roberts said to him, the best in the Sun Belt Conference, he said, "I'm biased."
And you can already see here, OU has been pressing high. And that was one of the things that Will Rogers talked about is, you know, OU is fast until you see them in person. And so I expect here the next 5 minutes to ULM to kind of feel out to see what that pressure is actually like. And then they'll slowly start to get into the game.
Long ball from Comeray. Kelly England trying to get back on the clearances. Good goal pressure there by Skylar Blaze, who has 2 goals and 3 assists. There's Will Roberts. He's in his second full season as head coach. He came in as an assistant in 2020, then took over as acting head coach midway through 2022. But they were 9-2-8 last year, finished tied for second in the Sun Belt West, their best since they joined the Sun Belt Conference. And as you said, he's kind of figured out what he needs, what will win for this program, and that's important. Matt Mott has certainly discovered what can win here at Oklahoma.
Yeah, when we spoke with him, one of the big things he mentioned was there's a method to my madness. All the girls seem to have bought into this madness, and it's really worked out for him. I mean, you've had an amazing start, 6-0. I mean, it's a tough thing to teach kids how to win.
And that's something when a program has lost as much as they had. They didn't win a game the year before he got to ULM. He said that's part of the challenge of building, is convincing players who have lost a lot that they can win. This one cleared out by Sooner keeper Caroline Duffy. Matt Mott, also in his second full season as head coach at Oklahoma, he is looking forward to being back in the SEC. Sooners will play Mississippi State 1 week from tonight right here at John Crane Field in the first official SEC conference game in any sport for the University of Oklahoma. We look forward to bringing that one to you. And Matt Mott, certainly, he said of the scoring outburst that we mentioned, 15-0 in 2 games last weekend, he said we'd like to bottle some of it up. And he said, quite honestly, we didn't see it coming, but it can happen. Duffy going to let things settle a little bit. Yeah, you mentioned something that Will Roberts, the ULM coach, alluded to with us. He said, I think with Oklahoma, you watch their speed on film, but it doesn't prepare you quite what it's like when you get on the pitch against them. Has that been the case with a lot of teams Oklahoma's faced so far?
You know, the one big thing you always tell people is you can't teach speed. If you're fast, you're fast. And yes, you may have fast girls on your team and this, that, and the other, but it's different going up against them. And so you watch film and you're like, man, they're fast. And then you actually get to play them and you come in at halftime, you're like, I didn't think they were that fast. And so I think that's one of the benefits for the Sooners is they've caught a lot of teams by surprise with just how athletic and fast they are.
This ball comes through to Sandra Walbeck, freshman from Germany, surrounded Meredith King and Alexis Washington there, and it's taken away by Hadley Morell. A one-touch pass from Leo Weber over to Pappas and down to Comeray of ULM. A foul in the center circle there, whistled by Deshaun Beard, the referee tonight, in the popping purple top that he's got on. Matt Trotter is the assistant referee. And just Bernadette Stefan stepped on the foot of Weber. Here's Washington trying to gain the edge and turn the corner, and that's kicked out by Sandra Walbeck. And Oklahoma will see its first corner kick of the night. And Alexis Washington is just automatic almost at gaining corner kicks, at least when she gets in that type of position. So Weber to take the Oklahoma corner. 5 assists for Weber. Drives this one across. It's headed by Kaylee England. Cleared back out to Weber. Tried to send it back across, deflected by Grootkamp. Washington trying to wiggle out of the pack. Morrell tries one with her left foot, and it's just over the crossbar. That got there quickly and missed by about 6 inches.
And all that starts with Washington there, winning the ball back, not being greedy. That's a beautiful shot on goal with her left foot.
Well, an early scare for the keeper, Emerson. Morrell just missing over the top of the crossbar. There's Emerson Roberts. She came into the Oklahoma match after the red card was assessed to Handy, junior from Shreveport, Byrd High School. Oklahoma throw-in coming here in the first 7 minutes of this one. Meredith King jogs up to take it. Into Weber. And now Washington. But stolen, taken away from her by Walbeck. Here comes Grootkamp. But King intercepts for Oklahoma. King just kind of floats that one into the middle of the 18 box. Picked up by Roberts.
I think Green was asking for the ball at her feet there, and King just kind of played it in. You can already tell what OU is trying to do is really press up high and win the ball back. And then you see ULM trying to play on these quick counters here, which is sometimes given OU a little bit of problems. But right now, OU seems to be really just knowing that's what they're wanting to do. And so they seem to have an answer for it so far.
Ella Pappas trying to work this one forward for Green. Good battle there with Sophia Youngman. Across it comes and swept out by the keeper Roberts. Jensen Lynch retrieved that one for ULM. And she'll strike it right back to Oklahoma's Michelle Pack. Nobody home on the other end of this one. Kaylee England takes that. Kaylee England took a shot to the head against Missouri State on Sunday. Had to get 4 stitches, but she's not about to miss a match. She's back out there in her center back spot for Oklahoma tonight. That one just comes out of bounds. Kaylee England, nearly 6,700 career minutes, the 5th-year Sooner. 78th career start here tonight. Not going to miss one. And that back row of England, Wolf, Clifton, and King. Nick, they've given up 1 goal in the run of play. The other 2 surrendered, came off penalty kicks.
One of the best thing about that is these past 2 games, since they've been so good, they've gotten the rest that they've needed. They got to show the depth from OU, but a lot of these girls have now gotten, you know, they had played 96% of the minutes going into these past senior weekend, and so now they've got some good rest, and they're getting ready to be ready for SEC play.
Oklahoma will have a Sunday match at Tulsa, and then into SEC conference play a week from tonight. Beth Strutton, the freshman from England, drives this one away. Center back right there. They really like her in the middle of that defense. She repped England on their under-17 national team. She's been a starter from day 1 as a freshman arriving on the scene for Will Roberts. 18 international players on the ULM roster. Long throw in, headed back out of bounds. Sophia Youngman will take another throw in. Bernadette Stefan from Budapest, Hungary, trying to come away with it. Instead, it's Hadley Morrell wide for King, and the Sooners mount their counter threat. King trying to gain the angle on Wallback. Drives it across. Cleared out to the foot of Pack. She'll try one. Deflected by Youngman. And finally cleared out of bounds. 10 minutes into this, no score. Oklahoma has outshot ULM 3-0. There's Michelle Pack getting the start tonight. 4 career goals and has 1 this year.
And you see her already getting into good pockets of space in this first start, which is going to help gain her confidence throughout the game. As you spoke with Coach Matt Mott, he said that she is one of the most technically gifted people on the team, and so they look to try to get her the ball in those tight little areas of space so she can kind of play in players like Way Bear, Green, Alexis Washington in, and she's already had a great start.
Matt Mott said Michelle Pack's really quiet, always smiling. And you asked Matt Mott a good question the other day. We were visiting with him. He said, what do you feel like is the strength of your team? Because you look at this goal-scoring outburst, and you would think it's the offense. That was not his conclusion, though. He said it was still the team defending. And it gets back to 3 goals allowed on the year.
And it all starts with the transfer incomer from Duke, Duffy. She has been phenomenal in front of goal this year. Yes, she's had a few moments where she's letting goals from penalties, but overall, she's made the saves that they've needed her to save. And when we spoke to Coach Matt Mott, when they got her on campus, they're like, we may have something here, So, she has been everything the Sooners could have ever asked for.
That was Skylar Blaze on the attack for the Warhawks. And Will Roberts, the head coach, said the last name Blaze fits her. Their fastest player, and she draws that corner kick as Kaylee England just had to dump that out of bounds. So Marta Grootkamp will take this corner from the near post. The first corner kick of the night for the Warhawks. Drives it all the way across and headed over the top of everyone. King will reach it for the Sooners and just clear that one out of bounds. King is a player that Matt Mott said just changed us, was his quote. 8 transfers, 6 of them play on a regular basis, and the other 2 are injured and unavailable. That's nailing the transfer portal, Nick. I mean, that's a 100% hit rate on your transfers.
It's funny you mentioned that. Coach Matt Mott spoke about his staff and how they've been together for a long time. And he just mentioned, he said, we know what wins. We know what we want, and our system works. And it shows that here with the success they've had for the start. And so the players they brought in, he was very happy about. They've had a 100% hit rate on these girls.
His assistants, Richard Beebe and Jessica Hiskey, who played at Ole Miss. And he's known Warren Russ for about 30 years in coaching together. That is the staff right there. Coach Beebe, Coach Hiskey, and Coach Russ. As you said, it helps to know what fits your style and your culture as well.
And even to throw in there, their director of ops was a player for Coach Matt Mott. So everyone that's involved with this program knows how Matt wants to do things, and that's Miss Georgia, the director of ops. And so you can just see here, he has built this program, and he said, hey, this is what I want to do, and I think OU is really reaping the benefits from that.
Weber with a corner from the far post, punched out down to the foot of Linz, who clears it. So a solid job playing that one by Emerson Roberts. The Oklahoma keeper Duffy out near the center circle. Pack keeps it alive for Oklahoma, but a little too far out in front of Weber. And a ULM throw-in coming. You'd have to say so far so good for ULM. And Will Roberts said this Oklahoma team may be the most athletic team that I've faced as a head coach. That was his quote to us. And he said it's his job to figure out ways to give his team opportunities. Alexis Washington trying to drop that one in with her left foot, and sprawling on top of it is Roberts. Grutkamp heads this one forward. Andy Wolf strikes it long toward Weber. Down it comes to Wolbeck. And what do we have here? We have Sean Beard discussing something with Leo Weber.
Looks like there was just a coming together there, an unfortunate, maybe a clash of heads. I think we'll get the replay up here. And it just looks like maybe Weber maybe caught an errant arm to the face, which looks like, yeah, that was head to head. None of that was intentional. Yes, Weber was asking for the call there, but that was just a good, decent 50-50 play there. So ref did smart, drop ball, let him play on.
Ella Pappas took a long try from about 35 feet wide left, and a goal kick coming here for Emerson Roberts. Here's an Oklahoma throw-in. Clifton takes this one back out, and looks like Pappas will take another quick throw-in. Pack comes in to play that one, cleared by Allie Richardson for ULM. And a throw-in for the Warhawks.
If you are ULM and Richardson's there, that's exactly what you want. You want to hold the ball up and then try to get a throw in to kind of just slow the play down. OU wants to play fast. They want to play aggressive. They want to press. And if you're ULM right now, you just want to say, hey, we are just going to slow the clock down and just keep it going. They are going to play this kind of wear and tear game and then attack for their moments, free kicks, corners. That's where I expect for them to try to get aggressive. Right now, you just see them slowly waiting for the right moment to strike.
And we have seen that on the front side, Blaze poses a threat with her speed.
Yeah, and so you can tell if they get her in the right moment at the right time, just when OU's transitioning maybe a little slow, when they don't get back at the right time, Blaze will be able to put someone under pressure, and then it's going to come up to these back line from OU. Can they continue to be successful?
Warhawks will take a throw in right in front of their bench. Once again, Sophia Youngman, junior from Johnson City, Tennessee, and a part-time starter in her 3 seasons at ULM. Grutkamp came out of the pack with it, but Andy Wolf clears it back to the other side for Oklahoma. And Clifton up there to rip a quick throw in. Pappas chases it down. Try to stop and start, but there to clear it is Youngman for ULM.
It's extremely smart there by Clifton. The ULM defender was asking for the deflection off the throw in, and if they threw it in quickly, there was no time for ref to kind of make that change, so that was a really smart play there.
Jensen Lenz cleared that ball out of bounds for the Warhawks. Clifton will take another Sooner throw in. Pappas serving this one in. That one went off of Allie Richardson, it appeared, and then Emma Roberts diving on top of it for ULM. Shots are 3-0 in favor of Oklahoma. Grutkamp trying to handle in a lot of traffic, lost it, defended there by King. And King set to take another throw in. She's just ready to go. Full speed all the time. King, a double transfer, 3 years at Liberty and then last year at Ole Miss. And she has changed the back line for Oklahoma this year. Duffy sends this one back. Washington out of the pack for Oklahoma here. Grutkamp came to take it from her. Grutkamp, super experienced player, senior from Germany. To the foot of Washington, serving it across in front of the goal box. Comaray took a shot trying to head that ball away as she collided with, I think it was Green, And Leanne Comeray, the Oklahoma transfer, is down. Deshaun Beard quickly calling for assistance out there.
Smart officiating there. Anytime someone grabs their head, play should be instantly stopped to get checked on. That was great officiating there. And you see the athletic trainer there instantly running out to try to help out.
Well able to move around as the senior from France. 6 games that she played in as an Oklahoma Sooner last year. She's become a regular starter for Will Roberts and ULM, starting since game number 2. Contested header here.
With Weber, just a 50-50 ball, a coming together, smart officiating there. The ref did not call, he did call the foul because it was a little aggressive, but smart officiating. He saw that. It was a little bit different than the play before with Weber, a little bit more aggressive on there, but otherwise perfectly. She looks like she's A-okay to continue.
So no score 20 minutes into this. That also allowed both head coaches to kind of get with their sides. Any little tweaks or adjustments that you might see early on in this match?
If I was OU is now going to say, hey, can we be just a little bit better with our final ball? You've seen kind of Pat get on the ball, and she's played some errant passes every now and then. But if they can say, hey, if we can clean up that last bit, that final pass, then we're going to be okay. And if I'm ULM, if I'm their coach, I'm saying, hey, continue doing what we're doing. We have slowed OU down. We have made them kind of work a little bit hard. And then if we can get Blaze in a one-on-one situation, send her, and let's just hope we can get something out of it.
So still scoreless. Oklahoma has outscored opponents 19-1 in its last 3 matches. And at home, they've outscored their opponents 21-2 in going 4-0 here at John Crane Field this year. Long ball served up the right sideline. You see what Oklahoma has done. Lone loss came on the road, 1-0 at a top 20 Oklahoma State team. Just an errant clearance on a ball, and Oklahoma State took advantage and got the only goal. And it's the only goal Oklahoma has given up in the regular run of play. The 2 others have been on penalty kicks, as we said.
And when we speak to Coach Matt Mott about that game, one of the things he mentioned is we were leading in the shots and goal, like shots on goal during that game. And then they had the long break right after that game, that Labor Day break. And they've come out of it saying, hey, we had to be better in front of goal. And you've seen that here. And so they learned from their mistake, and now they are reaping the benefits of that.
Yeah, since that loss is when they've gone on this tear at home and outscoring opponents 19-1. Duffy comes out to scrape this one up and send it the other way. If not for those 2 penalty kicks, and there's not a lot you can do on PKs, then she would have 2 more shutouts for the year. Matt Mott himself, a former keeper, he said she's a little different from other keepers in that she's more calm. He said some of us are a little crazy. But Duffy composed and calm back there, and it has shown up. Roberts clears this one away for ULM.
You know, if you ask any soccer coach, they will say they want their goalkeepers to be a little bit crazy, and that just kind of comes with the territory of willingly letting someone kick a ball as hard as they can at you. But, you know, she is calm, and she's really just brought that composure to the back line, which is what they've needed. And, you know, like we said, if it wasn't for 2 penalty kicks, which are almost unstoppable, she would have had a perfect start to her Sooner career.
There's Duffy. It was a pretty decent look at it across there from Pappas to the foot of Michelle Pack. And that Sooner foul right there. There's Pack. Kaylee England steps into this one, clears it out to midfield. Headed by Bernadette Stefan. ULM throw-in will be taken by Youngman.
So one of the things you see right now that ULM's doing, they're slowing the game down, but their defensive shape, they're having everything super tight and compact, which is causing OU problems. OU normally plays very direct, and since they get to play direct, they normally has one-on-one situations on the outside with Washington, Pappas, even Weber. But since they're playing so tight, they're now causing OU to have a little bit of problems, and that goes back to what we mentioned. If Matt Mott, when he had that little huddle, if he kind of said, hey, if we can clean up that final ball, it will help. We know that OU has the technical ability with the 1-2s they have. They've just got to figure that last pass out, and then you will start to see more shots on goal here for OU. Because like I said, ULM right now, they are saying, hey, we are doing everything right. Let's continue doing what we need to be doing.
So for Oklahoma, Abigail McNulty is in along with Juliet Rayo. You see Sophia Green, and Ella Pappas is going to get a breather here. Here comes Blaze trying to gain the edge on Andy Wolf. Lost it out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick. So you see the 2 times really that Blaze has been able to operate. She has earned corner kicks for ULM. Group Camp will take this one from the far post this time. Root Camp, 20 career assists for her. Hovering out high, headed by Strutton. Colmare trying to post up. Group Camp will send it darting back in, fended off by Weber, and then cleared by Morrell. All the way to the other end it will come, and Emerson Roberts. Washington took it. Here comes Hadley Morrell. Full head of steam. Morrell drives one with the right foot off the crossbar, and it's in. And Hadley Morrell and the Sooners strike first. It's 1-0 Oklahoma. That one hit the underside of the crossbar, Nick. You never know how it's going to bounce. And that one took a Sooner angle and broke the plane, touched the net.
Right there, you see they were trying to be crafty in the middle, lose the possession here. She was looking for the pass right there, but she decided to say, hey, why not? Let's take a shot all the way out to half. And so since it is rounded, you have a little bit of more, I guess, idea of where the ball is going to go, and normally it's just going to go straight down. So thankfully it went straight down on our side and right back up to the top of the net.
So Hadley Morrell, her 2nd goal of the year, 5th of her career. Haven't seen any assists awarded. We'll see if those get added, but Hadley Morrell gives Oklahoma this 1-0 lead. Rayo controls it back to Kaylee England. Pass is intercepted by Bernadette Stefan. Group Camp, good through ball here for Blaze. Blaze has the edge, but King catches up with her and fends that one off. That was speed on speed right there, and you saw the closing speed of Meredith King, Nick.
I was about to say, that's the race we've been waiting for all night right there. Blaze versus King, and right there, King kind of ended up winning that race.
Green able to save that one from going out of bounds. Sooners maintain their threat, and it's bumped out of bounds by Sophia Youngman. That's a good through ball by Groot Camp. Looked like Blaze had the angle to get a shot away, and then King just closed quickly. Clifton takes the throw in. And now Clifton serves this one in. Weber gets knocked over. She was a little off balance when Richardson hit her. Cleared out to King. Now Alexis Washington. King comes back up to take this one. Wanting to send it across, and the collision will result in a Sooner corner kick as it went off of Allie Richardson. Corner kick number 3 coming for the Sooners, and they are all going to be taken by Leonie Weber as long as she is in the game. And you see 8.5 corners per game for Oklahoma. A lot of those drawn by Alexis Washington. Headed up high as King climbing the ladder, but sent it over the top of the crossbar off a good corner kick from Weber.
One of the ones you don't normally see rising up to win a header there. She was wide open, and you could almost expect, she's like, I didn't expect that ball, and so that's why it kind of raised up a little bit. But overall, beautiful corner there, and just unlucky to kind of get that second goal.
So on the goal by Hadley Morrell, they've given Alexis Washington an assist, and that is now career assist number 17. She is one shy of tying Lauren McIver's Oklahoma program record of 18. Leonie Weber, by the way, is only 2 shy. They were tied with 16 career assists coming into the night. And so Alexis Washington, yet another assist, her 3rd of the year and the 17th of her Sooner career.
I'm sure if you ask Washington, that was probably the easiest of her career, because she made a pass at the halfway line, and then, you know, they did the rest, and so she's probably loving those kind of assists.
She scored 3 goals in 2 games. Hadn't scored a goal in her Oklahoma career, and then went on a run. Back and forth here. Walbeck trying to initiate. Camp gives her a return pass, and King quickly says enough of this, takes it away. And then Blaze just ran over King. We may have a yellow coming out here, and we will. Blaze may be a little frustrated at dealing with Meredith King, but I think a lot of people are going to grow that way with the way that she can just get on you. Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy call, Nick.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned earlier, the one thing you can't teach is speed. And so when you're fast and you have to go up against someone who's just as fast and you lose that race, you're going to get a little frustrated. And you saw it there with Blaze, kind of getting a little frustrated with King, kind of giving her a little shove, and she definitely deserved that yellow card.
You know, I'm going to take your word on that speed versus speed deal. Was never involved in those type of moments, as you can imagine.
Me neither, so I don't know.
That's what we've been told.
That's what we've been told, yeah. And just getting to watch King run, I'm like, yes, definitely she is way faster than I would have ever been. Without question. Blaze trying to skip around England, but King is there once again. Little missed connection there. Circling back comes Walbeck to gain it for ULM. Now Stefan. Just eluded Blaze there. Reset to Stefan. King clears it for Oklahoma, and Weber gets knocked over by Stefan. That'll be a foul against the Warhawks. Washington, King go back and forth. Groot Camp swerving around her goes King. Then a big collision as Walbeck came in to tackle it away. Off of Blaze's shoulder, and she could not quite chase it down. Kaylee England will take a Sooner throw in. But first, it's substitution time. Looks like we will see Nevaeh Johnson enter. She was a little under the weather this week. Michelle Pack started, but Nevaeh Johnson enters here with 15 minutes remaining in the opening half. What a good start she is off to, the LSU transfer. It's a player that Matt Mott coached against when he was at Ole Miss, and she was at LSU, and then she appeared in the transfer portal. And Matt Mott and the staff said, we know her, we like her. Let's make her a Sooner. She brings that little bit of grit to the Sooner midfield. You've got Pack and Rayo, who are really technical on the ball and really can kind of play those 1-2s. And then you got Nevaeh Johnson, who's just not afraid to do the dirty work, not afraid to kind of get in there and tackles. She kind of enjoys that. And so that just brings that roundedness to the Sooner midfield.
Little head tennis finally comes down to Weber. On the attack. Sophia Green, Abigail McNulty out there now for the Sooners as well. And there you see Nevaeh Johnson, the grad transfer from Arlington, Texas, Kennedale High School. Matt Mott said she is a hard worker, will tackle anything. Weber set to take a Sooner corner kick. Got McNulty, England, Johnson right in the middle of the goal, and this one's sent across, punched out by Roberts. A swipe taken over the top of the crossbar by Morrell, but it was touched, and Oklahoma will get another corner kick.
Little deflection there right after McNulty had her shot there, and you can see that the Sooners are really trying to press the keeper. We mentioned before the game that she has to come out and make those first good save to really feel confident. She's really kind of just not getting it with these corners, and so you can see they're just trying to pepper it right at the goalkeeper.
So that one driven a little bit low, cleared, but the Sooners will get a throw in. Weber got an angle, trying to drop it in. It goes off the foot of Comare. Back to Weber. Can't quite gain the edge as Youngman comes over to play it for ULM. I think we had a foot get a little too high there. And a penalty against ULM. Hadley Morrell in close as a cleat came up near her face. So this is a golden opportunity for Oklahoma. Already up 1-0 with under 12 minutes remaining in the opening half. See how bunched up they are.
This is one of those interesting free kicks because it's close enough to where you can shoot on goal, but it's also far enough away and just at the angle that she may just try to loft the ball in the box.
Which she does. Headed out of bounds, and a corner kick coming. Weber sprints across to the other side of the pitch to take what will be the 5th Oklahoma corner kick already. You saw a few moments ago averaging 8.5 corners per game. Sooners out shooting the Warhawks 6-0. They have a goal by Hadley Morrell back in the 25th minute. And Weber drops this one low and off the side net. Jogging out comes Morgan Eichelbarner, who has really made the most of her minutes this year. Morgan Eichelbarner's been a goal scorer. 3 goals this year, 8 in her career. And coming off the bench most of the time, you play about 35 or 40 minutes to post as many goals as she has. Very productive. You see Weber gets a breather. Washington steals the attempted clearance. And a goal kick coming here for the Warhawks.
And she's got a goal in her past 2 games, so that's really just shows the depth that OU has. You take out one of your better players in Weber, and then you just bring in another one who's scoring at will currently at the moment. So,
yeah, Eichelbarner had the game-winning goal for Oklahoma in their opener on the road at North Texas, in fact. Emily Kobler is on for the Warhawks. Out of Salzburg, Austria, the Alabama transfer, her 2nd year at ULM. Will Roberts said she's really made a big jump in her 2nd season in Monroe. That Oklahoma foul will give the Warhawks a free kick. Comare will take this one. Stefan trying to operate in the midfield. Here's Blaze, surrounded by Sooners. And this one cleared out by Andy Wolf. Probably a good decision. Send this to the other side of the pitch for King.
And when you're playing against such a compact team as ULM is, that's what you have to do. You have to make that switch. And so they made the switch. They found King. King transitioned. Just an unlucky coming together there that Nevaeh Johnson lost that ball. But that's what OU has to be better at here coming up these last 8 minutes of this half. They have to see it, switch the field, and attack with pace and attack with purpose.
King with that good aggressive slide tackle. Throw in here for Sandra Walbeck. Sandra Walbeck is from Germany, very talented, played on the Under-17 World Cup and also played the Under-17 European Championships, which Germany won, and she was on that team. Will Roberts said he was just one of the first people to contact her, and her commitment with him stood up, and as a freshman she is a vital part of this ULM defensive back row. You see Morgan O'Connor in and Hadley Morrell out for Oklahoma. O'Connor, the transfer from Ole Miss and UCF, 4 years at Ole Miss, and then last year at UCF was injured and sat out. 19 career goals for Morgan O'Connor. Has not yet scored as an Oklahoma Sooner, and you see Abigail McNulty out there. Abigail McNulty is 7th in the SEC in shots with 20. And here she is, trying to find a little bit of space, but there wasn't any available. She went down about 3 times, and we also have an injured Warhawk on the backside. Slow to get up is Sophia Youngman. 7:10 left in the opening half. Oklahoma with a goal by Hadley Morrell, assisted by Alexis Washington. A lone tally of the night so far. Will Roberts' team has hung in there without their regular starting keeper, Jen Handy, who was handed a red card against Oklahoma State back on Sunday. That makes her unavailable here tonight. Let's look again here at the contact. Morgan O'Connor in there, and
looks like she may have kicked O'Connor's leg, which caused her to have a little pain there in the foot. You see her getting subbed out after that play.
See the Houston transfer, Jaden Masters from Bermuda, senior, in for the first time tonight in the Warhawks lineup. Emerson Roberts will clear this one away. Emerson Roberts getting the start tonight. What have you thought of her back there in goal so far, Nick?
I thought she did really well. I mean, just the one shot on goal that she's faced, the one that went in, I mean, that was just a thunderbolt of a strike. So almost as a keeper, there's nothing you can do in that situation. But everything else, she seems to have looked really comfortable. There's been some times where you think that she could have came off her line a little bit better. But overall for her, you would think this is the kind of start she's asked for. There hasn't been any easy goals given up. She's really felt comfortable between the pipes.
Throw in for Oklahoma coming from Alexis Washington. Nope, she will hand it off to Eichelbarner. Sooners will try it again with under 6 minutes remaining. England takes this for Oklahoma. Here's Eichelbarner. Blaze right in her hip pocket. And an Oklahoma throw in. That's some good top 25 matchups around the SEC tonight. Missouri is on the road at 8th ranked Duke. You've got number 7 Memphis at Tennessee tonight. South Carolina is hosting Georgetown. Texas is in action. So a full slate of games around the SEC. Look at this cross, partially deflected and served neatly toward the goal that time by Johnson. Just went awry. And some contact in there from Beth Strutton.
think Johnson has all right to complain there. Beautiful ball in. It looks like she got good contact there on her left, and it looked like Stratton kind of deflected that ball as it went out. Either way, beautiful set little passage of play there for OU.
Johnson trying to guide this one forward. McNulty came out for the Sooners. There's a hard, aggressive slide attempt. Looks like Grootkamp is okay as they untangle everything, and O'Connor will pick up a Sooner foul.
That's one of the things that O'Connor brings to the table. She has a firm belief that every ball around her should be hers. And so that was close enough, and she thought she could go win it. So you have no complaint there for as a coach.
Scored 7 goals for Matt Mott at Ole Miss 2 years ago. Look at Washington work. So hard to take off the ball. We were talking with Will Roberts, the ULM coach, and he said, I actually enjoy watching Alexis Washington, but playing against her is a little frightening. Barner crosses it. Comeray able to serve it out to midfield with under 3 minutes left in this opening half. Andy Wolf hit that one good. Washington able to run through Walbeck and try to turn the corner. Well defended by Walbeck that time. Look at King able to cut off Grootkamp.
And that's the perfect example right there of what King brings to the table. She got beat by a crafty little nutmeg there by Grootkamp, but she wins the ball back. And so just beautiful. What she brings to this defense is you've got the physicality with Wolf and England, but then you've got the speed with King. And so you really just have all pieces that connect to that puzzle, and OU's back line really has reaped the benefits.
And then you've got Clifton back there, who's just seemingly always in the right place, as she is right there, but taken away from her. Here's Jaden Masters mounting the counter threat. Has Blaze running ahead of her. Masters. Sooners circle back. Now here's Kobler. Lost it out of bounds. One of the rare opportunities to run ahead for the Warhawks, but the Sooners were there. Comeray drops this one all the way into the Oklahoma 18 box, but Kaylee England serves it back out. Grootkamp niftily trying to pass that one to Blaze, but Rayo was there for Oklahoma, and that's off Grootkamp for an Oklahoma throw-in as we approach a minute left. We'll take a look at first half highlights coming up at halftime. Reset things for you.
1 minute and 80.
We'll visit with Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott on the way to the locker room. Johnson had it bumped away from behind by Blaze. Here's England. Mishit that ball. Rayo circles back for the Sooners. Just out of the reach of Alexis Washington with 20 seconds left in the half.
And I think if you're ULM here, you're going to try to milk the last remaining seconds of this clock. If you can go into halftime 1-0 there, that's exactly what you want. It looks like this is now how it's going to happen.
Stefan takes a tumble. A foul against Oklahoma's Nevaeh Johnson will end the opening half. ULM still in the mix on the road even though Oklahoma has outshot the Warhawks 7-0. Oklahoma, a goal from Hadley Morrell, assisted by Alexis Washington. You see the numbers. Last 2 games, 25 shots. Oklahoma tonight, 7 shots, producing 1 goal, and Alexis Washington right there has her 17th career assist. And Sooner head coach Matt Mott joining us from down on the field. Coach, what you think of that opening 45 minutes?
You know, tough. I don't think we were real clean, but a lot of that had to do with them. They were working really hard and making it difficult on us. You know, I think it was a good goal by Hadley. Certainly, you always like to go in the halftime up a goal for sure in any game. So, you know, I think we did some things well. I think we were good in the back, but we just got to be a little cleaner in front of goal.
Coach, you mentioned just being a little bit cleaner. Is it the final pass that's kind of eluding you, or is it just that final shot on goal?
I think it's a little bit of both, Nick. I think, you know, we haven't been clean enough connecting to feet when we get in those good areas. And then, again, I think they've been clean enough on frame. We've had a couple good looks, but, you know, nothing to beat the keepers. So, you know, we definitely got to be cleaner in the second half.
Okay, Coach, we appreciate it. We'll let you get in there.
Thanks, guys.
Oklahoma head coach.
Have to mentally start getting ready for that.
Yep, it was first workout of the preseason. He asked, what's big this season? And of course the players said, well, we're in the SEC now. He said, that's the last time we're going to stay until we get into conference play. And they've held up with that. But it arrives 1 week from tonight. Hadley Morrell on ball. Here's Clifton up from the back row, fanning it out for Pappas. Pappas trying to gain an angle, but that was well defended by Sophia Youngman. Junior from Johnson City, Tennessee. And a good job. Oklahoma will get a corner kick, the 7th of the night. And Ella Pappas forcing the hand of Youngman there. So here is Weber. Near post, angling in, headed over the top by a Sooner. No, beg your pardon, by a Warhawk. So now Weber will run to the other post and take another corner.
And one thing we mentioned in the first half, OU does get a lot of corners, and ULM is doing great defending. They've got almost every defender inside of the box right now. So every player they have, all 11, is currently inside the 18, which normally you don't see, and that just proves of how good OU is with corners.
Weber serving in another one past everyone. Oklahoma, a little different approach there, Nick, as they had just one player in the goal and then everybody else out around the 18 box.
Yeah, I think that was probably something Coach Matt Mott spoke about at halftime, is their first few corners that they had taken were really just the same. They were really trying to pepper the goalkeeper. Now they've seen the goalkeeper have a little bit of calmness going into it. So they're saying, hey, let's just reach into our bag of tricks and let's try something different and start the second half.
King maybe hit that ball out of bounds, and a goal kick coming here for ULM. There's Meredith King, the grad transfer from Ole Miss and Liberty. 3 seasons at Liberty, was the Atlantic Sun Freshman of the Year there, and then at Ole Miss last year scored 1 goal in 17 starts. It's a quick substitution. Jaden Masters into the Warhawks lineup. Driven along the ground and ricochets back out top. Michelle Pack trying to chase it down for Oklahoma. Instead, out of the pack with it comes Stacey Chasha from London. A Creighton transfer is Chasha. Group Camp and King doing battle. This one comes to Kaylee England, and she'll send it ahead. England will drop this one back for Duffy. Beautiful move by Washington through the defense, and then just ridden off of her feet from behind that time by Masters. Washington went down in a pile. And fortunately, she's okay. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact up top, and a free kick here for Weber. Right on top of the goal box. Pappas couldn't quite get there, and down they go. That shot goes in, but a foul call before that. Comare is slow to get up, and so they will stop play.
I know there was a foul on that play, but oh my days, what a hit. Oh. That is one that, hang that in the Louvre right there. That was a beautiful strike. Unfortunate to have the foul called there.
Pappas able to trigger this one away from Youngman, and out of bounds it goes. Boy, Young is so crafty, or I should say Green is so crafty. Here's Clifton. Stolen by Blaze. Angles around Pack. Andy Wolf meets her. And down they go at the top of the 18 box. Clifton and Blaze. And a yellow. Now, did the foul occur inside the 18 or outside, Nick?
No, it was outside the 18. You can clearly see there. It was a great spot there by the ref. But it's just a silly foul to kind of give away. You've got England there shielding the ball. You see here, England was going to win the ball right there. And just an unfortunate little push shove there by Morrell. And you kind of see that she comes away with the yellow because she's going to dump that ball back to Duffy. And so they could have got out of that situation. But if you're ULM here, this is exactly what you're looking for. Now can they just capitalize on this free kick?
No official shots directed at Duffy so far. That one is, and Duffy's there.
It's a big save for Duffy, even though it's right at her. Having the first save of the game after having no shots, it's good to kind of see that go into your hands, gives you a little bit of confidence.
Trying to catch the Sooners napping, and Grootkamp ended up sending that ball in. But that is the best look that the Warhawks have had tonight. That ball never went out of bounds. Andy Wolf has to play it back to Duffy. Washington finally gains a little possession for Oklahoma. Here comes King. Nice touch back to Washington. Washington earns another Oklahoma corner kick. This will be, nope, throw in, I beg your pardon. King trying to send it across. Headed out by Chasha. Blaze working it forward for Grootkamp. But look at King.
And just the pace of King right there. So speedy there to get back. Unfortunate there to get the foul. But just, I mean, it looked like a track star right there.
It did.
Just...
Sister Madeline was a track star at Ole Miss and Notre Dame. Speed thrills, and it also runs in the King family. Jaden Masters, the Houston transfer from Hamilton, Bermuda, to take this free kick. Morrell had it deflected by Grootkamp, and Grootkamp stole that one. Trying to find Blaze. England just has to clear it out of bounds. The Sooners fail to connect there, and Grootkamp and Blaze nearly connect on something special.
OU's got to take a deep breath here. ULM's having a great spell of play, really pressing the Sooners, making them make some silly mistakes. If I'm OU, take a second, take a deep breath, and realize you're still up 1-0 in this game, and just slowly start to feel calmer on the ball. You kind of see them just pumping the ball forward with really no intent to find someone, like find a body, find feet, and really ULM is having an excellent spell of possession here.
Indeed they are. Far better than any stretch they had in the first half. Youngman drops that one back, and up to take it comes Duffy. What's different about the attack so far for ULM that they have been more on Oklahoma's end here in this second half, Nick?
I think the attack is the exact same, but I think the big difference is Blaze. You see Blaze with the few times that she has had the ball, she's actually been able to turn England and to turn Wolf, which has now allowed her to go 1v1 into space, which is what she's good at. I mean, when we spoke to Coach Will Rogers, she's the fastest on the team, and that's where they have to find her, in those open spaces.
That was a beautiful play out wide by Faber to direct it to Pappas, and then Pappas couldn't get a good close look as Kumarek came over to play it for ULM. There's Ella Pappas, who had the 7th hat trick in Oklahoma history last Sunday. Natural hat trick. She scored 3 straight in that victory over Missouri State. Pappas trying to drop this one over the top, and does, but out of goal in a big collision as Green runs into the keeper, Roberts. Referee Sean Beard is talking with Emerson Roberts, maybe just to make sure she's okay, as Sophia Green really bearing down hard.
It's a brave save there by Roberts, and that is where, whenever you have to get your name called on, you have to be ready for that. And you can clearly tell, already having 1 shutout on the season has kind of gave her a little bit of that confidence, and having such a good first half. But you saw there, OU had a better little spell of possession. Just an unfortunate, if they can kind of control that ball just a little bit more, then they would have had a better shot on goal.
Pappas takes one with her left foot, kind of a cue ball, knuckled into the hands of Emerson Roberts. That one just mishit out of bounds, and King will get a quick Oklahoma throw-in. Out with it comes Shasha. King's going to win this foot race. Blaze right there with her. And back to Duffy it will come. Duffy got a good pass at that one. Headed back by Strutton. And the head tennis goes out of bounds here. King will take a Sooner throw-in. Only goal came all the way back in the 25th minute from Oklahoma's Hadley Morrell. And that is Beth Strutton, who is down on her knees. Freshman from England. The center back right in the middle of the defense for the Warhawks. And concern for head coach Will Roberts. Super happy to get Beth Strutton as a member of his program.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate things, is being a defender, heading the ball as it coming at you. I mean, that was a rocket, and so you can kind of see there she's like, ooh, feeling a little bit of the repercussions of that, but that kind of comes with the territory.
And she's already back over there waiting to re-enter. Not going to spend much time over on the bench. Control gained by Jensen Lenz. Working it forward. Blaze has some space. She's onside. England closes. Blaze on the attack. Drops it all the way across, and nobody else is home. There's King. Takes it back the other way for Oklahoma. Here's Lenz. Back and forth. Looking to trigger a shot, and will, but it's wide left. ULM much more dangerous here in half number 2. They had 0 shots in the first half.
And all that started from Blaze there. Just like we mentioned, she's just getting more opportunities in front of goal. Tid came over there to step. But the unfortunate thing with that, if she's the only one going forward, she's not going to have anyone to pass to. And you saw it there that King was able to easily win the ball on the backside. But if you see Blaze making that run, you've got to just take a chance and go with her, because you never know what may happen.
Sean Beard getting control of things. Warhawks were trying to take a really fast free kick. And he said, hold on, let's let people get set. That foul was called on Leo Weber. 11 fouls whistled against Oklahoma tonight, 5 against ULM. And Strutton has returned to the Warhawks lineup. She'll take this free kick. Punches it right inside the top of the Oklahoma 18 box. Pappas bicycles it back the other way. No missed connection there. And a throw in for Sophia Youngman and the Warhawks. Another ULM throw in. Clifton clears it out. Weber comes up to take it. Grootkamp intercepts it. Here comes Grootkamp. Left-footed shot saved by Duffy. And then a foul in the 18 box is going to give ULM a chance to tie it with a penalty kick, and an Oklahoma yellow card looks like has been assessed to King. A lot to unpack there. First, a great save by Duffy.
Yeah, unfortunate there by Weber. She tried to make the switch of play. Wardcamp was right there. Instantly make the turnover. Blaze did what she did. Here's where they're going to the review. The shot is art for King. She wasn't doing anything malicious. She wasn't trying to stop the play. I think it was just a coming together. You kind of saw as this shot from Grootkamp goes, she's just leaning to her left. And so there was really nothing that King could do. They ran in together. Extremely unfortunate. If I'm the ref here, I look at that and I say, well, I really don't think there was anything on there. I think that's what he's looking at, unless there was something we just don't see. But right there, that's what I think that they're all calling. And if that is given a penalty, that is extremely unfortunate there on King.
You know, and the other thing about what replay has allowed referees to do is go ahead and make the call, and then you can go back and look at it. It was a good look wide.
Give away a penalty for something that soft.
So he has reached a decision as our referee, Deshaun Beard. And it will stand. Oklahoma has allowed 3 goals all season, 2 of the 3 on penalty kicks. Allie Richardson, a transfer from TCU, will take it to try to tie it. ULM is a perfect 4 for 4 on penalty kicks taken this season. And we're tied at 1. So the penalty kick knots it at 1. Allie Richardson, her second career goal. The junior from Flower Mound, Texas, transferred from TCU. And she gives the Warhawks their first goal of the night. It is 1 apiece.
Duffy could do. Unfortunate there. OU, let's see how OU responds here in this next 5-10 minutes.
Under 31 minutes remaining. But ULM has had the better of things here in this half. They had 0 shots in the first half, and they've gotten away 4 here in half number 2. Oklahoma has been outshot now 4-1 in this half. Just not many chances. Here's Weber trying to turn and strike, and that'll bound out off of Sophia Youngman. Corner kick number 9 coming on the night for the Sooners. Leo Weber sends this one across, headed out by Comare of ULM, and then Grubkamp clears it out near midfield. Clifton mishit that one. Blaze up to play it for ULM, and Blaze comes away with it. Skylar Blaze sends it across off the foot of Kaylee England and the other way. King hits this one, and it'll trickle all the way back to the keeper, Emerson Roberts. Warhawks looking for their first ever win over a Power 4 program. Had the overtime draw with LSU back in 2001. King will throw in for Oklahoma.
All the success that ULM is having right now is coming from Bays. She is just winning everything. She is pressuring them, and she's really giving the experienced back line of OU a little bit of concern because of how much she is working and really attempting and just really wanting the ball more than everyone else. And so if I'm OU here, I'm saying, hey, can I get my good players on the ball? Pack, Weber. Can I just have a few seconds before we really have to play the ball forward? And if OU can do that, they'll slowly get back into this game. But it's just been a little causing for concern moments here.
Loose ball in the 18 box, headed by Strutton of ULM a couple of times. Morrell comes away for Oklahoma, but cleared away back to the other side. Andy Wolf will chase it down for Duffy. Weber heads it forward, but nobody home for Oklahoma. Here's King. Comare heads it back down for the Warhawks. And Rayo got to it first for Oklahoma. It goes out of bounds off of Stacy Chasha, the sophomore from London who transferred from Creighton to ULM. McNulty able to reach it and save it. McNulty crosses with her left foot, and over the top of the goal it goes. Now under 27 minutes remaining. Substitutions coming on for the Warhawks. Jana van Brummelen from the Netherlands, went to Newman College in the Netherlands. And we see Jensen Lenz also. And there's Emily Kobler, who has returned.
You know, when we spoke to Coach Will Roberts on Von Brummelen, he said that she has one of the strongest IQs of the game on his team. And so what she may lack in pace or whatever that might be, she reads the game very well. And so I'm expecting her to just to kind of come in and just really kind of plug a hole right in that defensive midfield spot to really stop this attack that OU is going to keep on continuously bringing forward here for this last 25.
Clifton could not quite save that from going out of bounds, and it'll be a ULM throw-in coming. Hadley Morrell scored the Oklahoma goal back in the 25th minute. And in the 58th minute here in the second half, on a penalty kick, a goal by Allie Richardson of ULM has tied it. Andy Wolf allowing that ball to just roll on out of bounds. And looks like Clifton will take a Sooner throw in, but first a substitution. A breather here for Sophia Green. And Morgan Eichelbarner is injured. She has 3 goals this year. She's one of those players that could strike quickly.
You know, we could really use one of those Eichel goals right now, really just lift OU up, kind of change this game from the ULM to now having in the OU mindset. And so I think that's why that sub was made, to get a little bit of new, fresh legs in there, see if we can make something different.
Skylar Blaze has really posed problems for Oklahoma here in the second half. That ball sent back out of bounds by McNulty. And that throw-in just goes out of bounds. Oklahoma goal kick coming. 24 minutes remaining. And Duffy drops one out near midfield. Blaze comes out of the pack with it. Blaze trying to work her way left. Drops it back. Grootkamp. And there to send it away is Clifton for Oklahoma. Back out to midfield. Masters able to gain the edge. Here's Kobler. Came right up in and ricocheted off of Clifton out of bounds. Hit her in the back of the head as she did turn her head when the ball was launched her way. So the throw-in comes here for Youngman. Andy Wolf sends it forward. Here's Weber. Eichelbarner accepts it at midfield. Dropping it over the top toward McNulty. Strutton takes it though and sends it back toward Blaze for ULM. And Blaze called for being offside. Just behind the Sooner defender, Andy Wolf.
And that passage of play there by OU was much better. They connected 2 or 3 passes before they went long there. And that's what OU needs to continue to do. Rather than just going directly long, can we get 1, 2, 3 passes together, then try to break the pressure? With ULM sitting so deep and sitting so compact, you kind of have to work to get them out of that defensive shell. And so if you can kind of stretch them out just a little bit with those passes, then you're going to start seeing that success, and you're going to be able to play behind, and you're going to get those pockets for Rayo and Pack to really be successful.
Masters and a ULM throw-in here. This will come wide toward Clifton. Sends it in with her left foot, headed right into the arms of the keeper. As pretty dangerous look for McNulty, and a good ball from Clifton. Rayo chases it down. Here's Rayo. Beautiful ball out wide. McNulty wanting to work it in. Maintains possession, drops it inside. Camaret heads it away for ULM.
And just right there, perfect example. 1, 2, 3 touches there. Rayo, or Pack, sorry, got in a beautiful little bit of space there. Boom. Now they played that ball in. Unlucky for McNulty to play that final pass in.
Eichelbarner gets run over by Kobler, and Oklahoma will get a decent look at it here. This is Clifton there for McNulty. Air all the way across, punched this time by Roberts. Washington came free for Oklahoma. King trying to work it back across, and now Clifton with a reset.
Beautiful reset there by Clifton. Slowly, didn't try to force anything, and they ended up winning a throw-in off that, but she didn't try to rush. She wanted to get the right people in the right spot. Waybear there with a good ball in.
So Eichelbarner jogs over to take a throw in with under 20 minutes left in a 1-1 game. Sooner defenders always turning their heads to try to locate Blaze. Here's Washington. Marta Grootkamp dropping it toward Blaze, but Duffy will come out and just pick it up. Warhawks and Sooners locked in a good one. Fans enjoying it tonight. That one deflects back to the ULM side, and the Warhawks just have to clear it out.
And if you're ULM, that's not the side you want to attack with King's pace. They've been really successful attacking this side with Clifton and Wolf. They've been finding those pockets, and so you see here, if they can get away from that side, they want to, just because King has the same exact pace that Blaze has.
Here's Kobler trying to work it forward toward Blaze. Blaze able to run to it. Working her way around, and nobody home on the cross. Oklahoma's will be able to throw it in. There have been numerous times here where Blaze has a ball and has been able to serve it across, but the concerted defensive effort by ULM prevents anybody else from running with Blaze, Nick.
And that's what I've mentioned kind of throughout the game here. With ULM just staying so tight and compact, you don't have someone that's a willing worker to go run with her. And when they do make that run, it's almost like they're an ounce too late. They're just a second too late. They just kind of miss those opportunities. And so Blaze doing all of the dirty work, but she just can't find that extra person that wants to work there with her. If someone is just willing to take a chance to say, you know what, I'm going to go with her, they're going to be wide open on the backside.
Can either side land a deciding blow here in the final 17 minutes? No overtime in collegiate soccer until you get to the postseason. No shootouts. It would end in a draw if it stays like this. And if you're ULM, At a Power 4 place, you would take a 1-1 draw. For Oklahoma, can they somehow find another goal after not scoring since the 25th minute?
And you can see there, Coach Rogers, Robert, saying, hey, slow it down. We know what we're doing. We've been successful the second half. And I slowly am going to start to see OU saying, hey, we've got to start pushing a little bit of bodies forward. We've really got to press here. Because, yes, even though it's not technically a loss, they scored first. They really dominated the ball in the first half. It's going to be really unfortunate for them to go away without a win here. And so I'm expecting both teams the second half of this last kind of 15 minutes, I really expect them to really get after it. We're in for a fun one.
Oklahoma's last draw was just a little less than a year ago against Cincinnati. Sophia Youngman waiting to take this throw in. Nearing 15 minutes remaining. And Andy Wolf will dump it back for Duffy. Morrell able to run up to it. And King starts the other way. That will be a ULM throw-in. You see the record for the Warhawks all-time against SEC foes, winless, but had that draw in 2013, as we mentioned, against LSU. Clifton able to chase it down and keep the attack going for Oklahoma. Just inside the 18 box. Weber left foot strike, and it's good. Out of nowhere, Weber had it landed her left foot, and she puts it home to give the Sooners a 2-1 advantage. And credit Clifton for chasing that ball down, Nick, keeping the run of play alive, and served it beautifully into Weber, who's able to send one past Emerson Roberts.
You know, and that's the second ball that Clifton has put in. A first good one, and Weber just kind of missed it on the header. The second one, take a touch, left-footed, side netting. Nothing the goalkeeper do in that situation. What Weber brings as she's getting pushed a little bit forward. Weber has that in her locker, and you saw just a beautiful, beautiful goal. Now let's see if OU can kind of be a little more relentless. Now we've got it. We know we can score. Let's go get one or two more.
So the assist to Clifton. The goal for Leonie Weber is her 4th this year. (16 career goals for Weber. She ties for the Oklahoma team lead with Ella Pappas. 2-1 Oklahoma. Sooners about 51 minutes between their 2 goals tonight. McNulty dangerously in for Green. Out wide for Pappas. And Pappas drops it up on to the top of the goal. This was what kept it going here, Nick.
And this is that we before me mentality there. Errant pass, boom. That was all hard work, working for the team. Has just praised his team about doing. We're not going to be selfish. We're not about goals. We're not about assists. We are about OU, and that is why they've been so successful.
Now that may be a foul inside the 18 box, and oh my goodness, Strutton got up and almost went after Weber. Melanie Bean, the Oklahoma trainer, runs out to have a look at Weber. Strutton assessed a yellow card.
Strutton's still getting held back by a few of her teammates there. I don't know if there was something that was said, or maybe once they came together, something happened. But either way, it was a big time challenge on top of their box. Ref has already called the penalty, and it may have been, it looks like he was pointing to his head. I don't know if that may be a shot to the head. That's why the penalty's been given. I'm going to be interested to see the replay when I look back at this.
Great concern, obviously, as Weber has risen to an upright sitting position, and Oklahoma head coach Matt Mott out as well. So Leonie Weber has given Oklahoma the lead, but she's fouled here with 12 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. We have a couple of looks. Take us through this, Nick.
Okay, so the ball gets played in by Clifton there. Both coming up. Oh, that's... So I would be highly surprised if OU still gets this PK right here, just because I do believe it was a foul. I do believe there was contact, but it's the play after. You know, coaches always say in soccer, it's not the first one, it's the second one. And so the ref normally doesn't see the first one, but what he did see was kind of that second one. And as you kind of go through that replay there, he will see that she did extend. She kind of lashed out with her feet there. And so I expect there to be a switch on this, and I expect that Beth to not get that yellow card.
But will we see the foul assessed inside the box, Nick, and perhaps, as you said, one yellow taken away?
I do think there will be. I do think there will be a foul. I just don't think that it will be the penalty for OU. I think that it was going to be a coming together. And I think what will happen is there is a switch, so there will still be a foul called. There will still be a foul, but it will actually be on OU. It'll be on top of the box, and they will give ULM the ball.
So you see the yellow coming out, and Weber, just as you said, Nick, she's going to be assessed the yellow for extending the feet while she was on the ground. And now there was the yellow, as you said, that was assessed to Strutton. We'll see if there's confirmation that that holds up.
So it looks like what they ended up doing, and this is really good officiating right here, and this was something that I wasn't expecting. He's going to continue with the PK. So he's going to continue with the foul, but he's actually just going to say, hey, with the extent, with Weber kind of lashing out, we're just going to penalize her too, because that is not something we want to see in the game. And so that was something that I actually wasn't expecting, and you can see Weber there a little bit upset. You know, it was a hard tackle, so I understand that. But this was actually beautiful officiating there. We're still getting the foul called, which was the first one. But like I mentioned, they normally don't see the first one. They always see that second one. And going back to VAR review there, that is why Weber got that second.
So the foul occurred initially before either yellow was assessed on the contested header, and that was called against Strutton. So the PK will be taken by Sophia Green to give Oklahoma a 3-1 lead. Under 13 minutes remaining. 3 goals on the season for Green. She strikes. It's saved. It goes off the post. And then a second deflection. What a play by Emerson Roberts. She saves a PK, and then it looked like Oklahoma got another opportunity that she deflected. And it was Nevaeh Johnson who got her left foot on the
PK. It wasn't like it was a bad PK. That was just a good save there for the keeper. And then just the second save, that's the save that normally they don't make. They normally miss the first one or make the first one but aren't able to get to the second one. And so the fact that she was able to get right back up and make that save, that's a beautiful big time save there by the keeper.
The initial save on the PK from Green, and then a touch for Johnson, also saved by the junior keeper. Emerson Roberts. And remember that ULM's regular starting keeper, Jen Handy, unavailable tonight because she was assessed a red card in their battle with Oklahoma State on Sunday. 11.5 minutes remaining. ULM still a chance to get an equalizing goal here. Meredith King sends this back to the keeper, Duffy. Beautiful service forward. McNulty with speed, left-footed strike, and she scores. Blazing in goes Abigail McNulty. Her first goal as an Oklahoma Sooner, and Oklahoma leads it 3-1. You could not pinpoint that placement any better than that, Nick.
You know, when we spoke to Coach Matt Mott over the weekend, he said McNulty has literally done everything right. She is top 10 in the nation in shots. She brings speed to our team, and that is what she brings. And Coach Matt Mott said, if we can just find her the first one, the rest will come. And that is just a thunderbolt.
Minutes remaining. It is the 11th career goal for Abigail McNulty. The Boston University transfer had 10 goals in 3 seasons with the Terriers. And we talked about her earlier, coming in 20 shots, 7th in the SEC, but no goals until now. Marta Grootkamp on the attack for ULM.
Also awarded the second assist on the Oklahoma goal, number 26, Caroline Duffy.
Assists awarded to Sophia Green, and they give the keeper Duffy an assist as well on that scoring play. And now Oklahoma with the chance to do what they have done best this year, and that is defend with a lead. Still, just 1 goal given up in the natural run of play by Oklahoma this year. The other 3 they've given have been on penalty kicks, including one tonight by Allie Richardson. There's a pretty good dust up there.
And when we spoke to Coach Mott the other day, he mentioned whenever they came back from the Labor Day break, they started to play the game in half. That's how they really started working on their practices. They went through these 7-minute spells of how to see out games. You know, you mentioned it there. They've only given up 1 goal in the open run of play. And so all their goals have just been little silly things at the end of game or little misfortunate mishaps. And so this is one of these perfect scenarios that Coach Matt Mott saying, hey, we've worked on these. So we're slowing the game down. We're slowly trying just to see this game out. And I expect this last 8 minutes just to kind of be a little bit of hectic.
And now we've got a yellow card handed to someone on the ULM sideline. We should get that in our stat monitor who it was. We're just showing people over on the bench, and I'm not sure exactly who got that. We'll wait and let the official stats keeper tell us. Dropped in by Hadley Morrell, but cleared. Clifton serves it back in, and it will tumble out of bounds with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Oklahoma will enter Keller Matisse into the lineup, and it looks like McNulty will jog off, having scored her first goal as an Oklahoma Sooner tonight. There's Keller Matisse, the transfer 2 seasons ago from Arkansas. Here's Pack bearing down. She'll try one with her right foot just wide.
And like we mentioned, the last few minutes of this game, both teams are going to start to get stretched. OU is trying to see out this lead, but ULM getting that goal, they've now seen that they can score, and so they're slowly going to start stretching as well, which is really just going to play right into OU's hands.
England charges into Grootkamp to win the ball for the Sooners. yellow card a moment ago against the bench of ULM was assessed to Jensen Lenz. Matisse chases after this toward the corner and out of bounds for a ULM goal kick. Second half has not lacked for drama. But there's Lenz over there. You ever been assessed a yellow card on the bench, Nick?
As a coach, yes.
Not as a player?
Not as a player, because as a player, I was normally so far down the bench. I was like the bottom ones. They didn't really notice me being there.
Come on, I thought you were going to say I was never on the bench as a player.
Yeah, I can't lie to the fans here. You know?
Attaboy.
You know, I would say that, but then someone would stat check me, so then I had to make sure, you know, I tell the truth.
Now the Pappas going to drop this and let somebody else come, and this is about letting a little bit of time run off the clock as well. Looks like Keller Matisse, who has that long throw in that she can take, generally takes most of these when she's in. Sooners have Kobe Commandant, who can take the flip throw in. This is just a long throw. And now Matisse will serve one across. And we will redirect the other way. Sean Beards, he's had his hands full tonight with some adjudications that he's had to make, Nick.
And you know, overall, I think he would be really pleased with the way that he's called this game. I don't think there's been anything that's been terribly wrong. I think there were moments where I could have had for a little bit more explanation, but overall, excellent game he's called, and I think he's going to continue to call it the last 6 minutes here.
England clears this back to midfield for Oklahoma. Tumbling down goes Bernadette Stefan. Could not tell who he got for that foul. Quick free kick taken by Strutton. Well, we've seen some very amazing saves from Emerson Roberts, the ULM keeper tonight. You save a penalty kick goal, and you're doing some work.
You know, it's going to give the coach a little bit of concern, saying, hey, she's had an all right game today. Anytime you save a penalty, that makes you just give you that much more confidence. So going into this next game when they play Central Arkansas, it's going to give the coach a little bit more thinking time to say, hey, maybe we should continue to let her have the start.
There's Lenz, who checks back in, and Grootkamp is also in. First appearance tonight for Kai Douglas, sophomore from Scarborough, Canada, who actually leads this team with 4 goals on the year. ULM's had injuries as well. Libby Holmes has suffered a fractured fibula. Eleanor Franco has been out since summer with an knee injury, and they have had to deal with their share of injuries this year. Hoping to get Ashley Washburn back. Been battling an ankle injury. But they will be difficult to handle in the Sun Belt once again this year. Blaze back out there trying to work that ball toward Douglas, but Kaylee England heads it back the other way for the Sooners. Grootkamp had that wrangled away by Pack.
Excellent footwear there by Pack to continue to keep the possession. Extremely smart there by her.
Pappas keeps this one in.
It's exactly what Pack needs to do. Get on the ball, slow it down a little bit.
Pappas will work this one across. Comaret is there for ULM. There's Douglas serving it out toward midfield. And Blaze will be whistled for the foul as she bumps into Andy Wolf. Looks like Duffy will slowly walk out of the 18 box with under 3 minutes left. This game was tied at 1 at the 58-minute mark on a penalty kick goal by Allie Richardson. But the Sooners got one from Leonie Weber and another from Abby McNulty. And are 2.5 minutes away from their 6th win of the year. Ooh. Huge collision in the box between King and Cummeray. And Cummeray, man, she has been down multiple times tonight. Cummeray spent 1 season as an Oklahoma Sooner last year, played in 6 matches, but has become a regular on the back row for ULM this season.
That just goes back to what we've been saying. ULM is just being so strong defensively, throwing their bodies out there on the line. Tough collision there on the top of the box from King. And I mean, just willing to say, hey, I'm going to make sure if I don't get it, I'm going to put my body in front of it to save it from going in. Just
Ray will come off now. And Sky Hall, a freshman from Andover, England, will make an appearance with 2.5 minutes remaining. This has been a physical match. 22 combined fouls. We've had 6 yellow cards assessed. Nice fake. And then a hard tackle will result in another yellow card. This one will be assessed to Douglas for that hard tackle on Morgan O'Connor. 7 yellow cards combined.
A yellow card has been chosen to ULM number 9, Ty Douglas.
It appears as though there haven't been any injuries. With as physical as it's been.
Yeah, and you know, it's good. This is going to sound crazy, but this is actually the kind of game that Coach Matt Mott wants. The last 2 games, they have really just 7-0, 8-0. They have ran away with the game. They needed a game, just like the first game of the season with FIU. They needed just a gritty game, a game that they can really get tested. And so I think if you really ask Coach Matt Mott, he's excited about the win, but he's really excited to see how his girls reacted to the aggressiveness, the pressure, to a different kind of playing style that they have seen these past few games. And so Coach Matt Mott is happy to get out here with the win, but he's also going to be proud of the girls for saying, hey, you battled. You know, they gave it to you, and you gave it right back to them. And so I think he is really excited with how his girls kind of ended up in this game.
Oklahoma will finish out non-conference play at Tulsa on Sunday. And things have gotten a little chippy here. There's a yellow card assessed to Jaden Masters there. Matt Mott telling his players just back away. There's under a minute left. So Sooner free kick, or I should say ULM a free kick coming. Fifth yellow assessed to the Warhawks. Pack goes down on a foul against Jensen Linz. So Oklahoma with 30 seconds left going to improve to 6-1. ULM will fall to 6-2. Warhawks
That right there,
Central Arkansas at home.
That right there is the international slow walk by goalkeepers. If you move your hands a little bit, make it look like you're running. When the foul was called, there was 40 seconds. She kicks that at right around 15. Just that little slow walk, making it look like you're running, took away almost 30 seconds on the clock. That is beautifully smart there by Duffy to see out the game.
Veteran play, as you said.
Yes.
So Oklahoma breaks a 1-1 tie with goals by Leo Weber and Abby McNulty, and Matt Mott's team is perfect at home this season. They are 5-0 at John Crane Field. The Sooners are 6-1 overall, and ULM falls to 6-2 to start their season. First time since 2009, 15 seasons since Oklahoma has gotten off to a 5-0 home start. They will face Tulsa on Sunday and then open Southeastern Conference play 1 week from tonight when Mississippi State comes to Norman.